Hello everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. My name is Leonette and today I am bringing you 4 super beautiful DIY home decor. So I'm starting with this, what used to be a Christmas decor from the dollar spot at Target. And I had gotten a couple of them. One, I redid it with a Christmas theme. Today we're going to do a farmhouse theme decor. So I removed the frame, as you can see. Now I'm going to take some of this chalkboard stickers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to mark the thickness of it because I am going to now cut it and then replace it or cover it with the chalkboard sticker on it after I sand it down and dust it off very well.
I wish I had a little more time with you, baby. Time to figure out what this could be. I dreamt of a life in a small town that wasn't enough for you somehow. I just wish I had a little more time with you, baby. Weeks and months and years they passed, and I knew it wouldn't last.
Using Rust-Oleum chalk pen and the linen white, I am going to give the frame 3 coats, and then I am going to glue or hot glue the little portion that I just covered with the chalkboard sticker right on the left side of the frame. I had some glue kind of ooze out through the corner, so I am just going to take it off and then just touch up with some black paint from Waverly. All right, I am going to remove the little claw hook temporarily. We're going to put it right back on afterwards. The reason why is because we're going to use some crafting chicken wire and we're going to cover the open side. I'm going to staple it. Well, first I'm going to cut it to size, and then I'm going to staple it and hot glue it to the back. Using some needle nose pliers, I'm just going to bend a little bit, the ones that are just sticking out a little bit too much, that way it's safe. I am now going to put back that little claw hook it came with. And then I am going to drill 3 holes on the bottom part of the frame. That way I can add some hooks to it where we can hang maybe keys or a light scarf or something like that. And I'm just going to decorate it just very lightly with some boxwood and write the word smile on the chalkboard. And that's it, guys. This one is done and I think it's absolutely adorable. It'll be perfect for a small little entryway where you can put your keys, and that way you know where they're at, but still look fresh, farmhouse, and it's just maybe $3. That's it, guys. All right, friends, so for February, the giveaway we are doing is a fabric cutting mat with the rotary cutter. I'm so excited. I am going to be using my own cutter here shortly, and you're going to see. But this one I thought was super cute and pink. All you have to do to enter is watch and comment down below, and any comments made in February 2021 will be entered for the giveaway. All right, so for this next DIY, I am going to use these two candle jars from the Dollar Tree. One's taller than the other one. And I'm going to wrap the bottom of the smaller one using this very thick and plush yarn from Michaels. I am going to hot glue just the bottom and the top portion of the yarn, and that way I don't have to hot glue all of it, because I want to be able to squish it as I go, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we continue.
A buzz on and my favorite song is playing in a Broadway bar. Then you walk in and you're all alone, the hottest in the room by far.
So after I had the bottom one nicely secure, I'm just going to roll around a few times and then start squishing down to the bottom so that I have as little as possible gaps in between each thread.
Look up and our eyes lock and my heart falls straight out of my chest, baby. Your lips and your sweet smile, let me kiss it till I die. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride.
I am going to hot glue the last thread there, and I am making sure that I made the cut right where I started the other one. That way all those seams are going to be towards the back of the jar, or the vase. I keep calling it jar. What's wrong with me? I had a little gap there that I couldn't get further down, so I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue and a small piece of yarn just to cover it up, and that way it just kind of blends in.
'Cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see.
For the taller one, I am going to do the similar thing, except I am going to just wrap the middle portion.
Well, the sun's up, you wake up, an angel in the morning light.
All right, so now I'm going to take some jute twine from Walmart, and I am going to start doing the same thing, making sure to start right where my yarn ended. And I'm going to wrap it around, not as much as the yarn, but maybe about 1.5 inches on top of it. And once again, secure it right where the other one ends, so that way all the seams are in the back of the vase.
Don't ever wanna leave, the bed's messed up just right. So we make love and we make plans, and God knows that I'm all about it. We're up high, never coming down, baby, just you and I. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me. 'Cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see.
And for the taller one, we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do about 1 inch on top and 1 inch on the bottom.
I've known it since I met you. This love, it was a breakthrough. For the rest of our days, we'll be everything we wanna be. For the rest of our lives. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me. 'Cause you got what I want, oh.
We're just about done with this one. I'm going to add some florals from the Dollar Tree, and I think these vases turned out so beautiful. They're just simple, very farmhouse, but almost very elegant, and I just really love the way they look.
Take a ride with me,
forget that I am going to be sending out monthly printables from different designs that I use throughout the month. Just this past week, I sent out January's printables, and this month I'm planning on doing so again at the end of the month. So if you haven't joined our email list, I encourage you to do so. It is down in the description box. Alright, so for this next DIY, I am going to use this round wood plank from the Target dollar spot. I'm going to remove the jute twine that came with it, but we're going to replace it back on at the end here. Now I'm going to measure 3 inches from the top and 3 inches from the bottom and tape it, because we're going to be painting it using Waverly chalk paint and the ink, and I gave it 1 coat.
Someone did you wrong. I can see it in your eyes. It's like your fire is gone. Across your face, it is written across your face. If you wanna talk, I'm right here, not gonna leave your side. Just feel free to open up when the moment's right. Across your face, it is written across your face.
After removing the tape, I am going to then place more tape. This time I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch from the line where the black ends, and I am going to also cover the black, that way it won't get ruined. Using Waverly Antiquing Wax, I am going to just brush on 1 coat and then wipe off the excess to give it a little bit more of an antique brownish look. I am now going to take this stencil that says Farmhouse. I have had this for such a long time. I honestly don't know where I got it, but I love using these stencils, and it's such a great idea for someone who does not have a cutting machine, and it's something that you can reuse project after project like I have. I'm going to use the Waverly ink chalk paint, and I am going to just stenciling it. I'm not looking for perfection. I want it to have a little bit of a distressed look, and I am using a sponge brush. Once I removed the stencil, I am now just going to replace the jute twine on the top. And then using the same white florals from earlier, I am going to create a little swag for the top portion. I'm going to join them together using jute twine and then hot glue it to the top. And we're just about done with this one, and I think again this one turned out so beautiful. I just love the simplicity of these projects. I love that they're just so fresh, so farmhouse, but yet very elegant, and I really love the way this one turned out as well. Friends, I do want to remind you that I do have an Instagram account where I post daily, multiple times a day, little inspirational quotes, behind the scenes looks, hauls. I'll show you what I bought, what I'm going to be using in my DIYs. So if you have an account, I'd love to connect with you there. I do have a link to my page down in the description box. I thought about just doing the 3 DIYs previously to this one. However, I just thought let's just do one more, and I'm going to use the piece of scrap wood that I had left over from the first DIY. I'm going to spray some adhesive spray on the back side, and then I'm going to use this craft paper from Michael's and cut the excess using my rotary cutter. I am now going to take some crafting sticks. I actually going to paint here 5, but I ended up painting 4 additional ones, and I am just going to give them 2 coats and let them fully dry. Alright, so now what we're going to be doing is using these sticks to create a frame around the square or around the rectangle, kind of making it look like a window. So I am going to cut off the edges, like the rounded edges. For this first one here, there's no measurement needed, so I'm just going to cut out the rounded edges, hot glue it to the edge. For the next one, I'm just going to take one side, cut off the rounded edge, and then make a small measurement and cut where needed. This dowel cutter I bought on Amazon. I do have it on my Amazon store. Actually, a lot of the tools, supplies, paint, a lot of the things that I use on my videos, I do have on my Amazon store, and it is linked down below in the description box. So I'm just going to continue here, measuring, cutting, and gluing a frame all around the window.
Tells you let go. Time to leave the past. You did what you knew. Slow down and rest. You've been through a war.
Alright, so now we are going to slow it down a little bit because I know a lot of you have mentioned that you are new crafters, so I want to take my time and kind of show you what I'm doing here. I am taking 2 craft sticks like you see here, and I marked where I needed to make cuts. So they were just angle cuts. I basically just place it over the corners and then kind of draw where the lines would go. And I'm going to keep doing it here so that you can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Once I have that one, I am now going to just cut off the rounded end on that first one and hot glue it. For the next stick, I'm just once again going to cut off the rounded edge on another stick, and I am going to place it right at the end of the first one. Now where you see in the corner where it overlaps, now I'm just going to draw lines so I know where I need to make cuts. And you'll see it here that I am just basically following the same line where the bottom sticks are, and that'll give me the angle where I know where to place the blade and make the cuts.
There's a song inside your soul.
Now for the other ones, it's going to be a couple more cuts, but same concept. Going to place both sticks, make a cut, or mark where to cut, mark the middle portion as well, cut with my tool, and hot glue it, and the same thing with the other one. Place it on top, mark where I need to cut, both on the corner as well as in the middle, and then hot glue it once I have the cuts made. If it doesn't quite fit as good as you want it, you can always take a little bit at a time until you get the right fit. Now that we have a cute little window made, I am going to take this greenery that I got at Dollar General. I want to make a wreath here, but an appropriate size wreath for this tiny window. So I'm just going to use a couple of the leaf branches and I'm going to join them together. I'm going to cut the top portion of it, creating a little stick where I can then push it in where the other one ends, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So now that I have a plain stick down in the top, I am going to then push it there, and I'm going to do the same on the top one, so that when I join them, now I have a cute little circle wreath. I'm going to hot glue the bottom and the top. Taking this Dollar Tree ribbon, which I think is so cute, I am going to make a very simple bow, appropriate size for the wreath, and I'm going to hot glue it to the top. And now I am going to move some of the leaves here and there just to kind of open up the middle portion. So the middle portion is a little bit crowded with leaves, so I'm just going to start hot gluing them and pushing them out towards the center, or towards the, I guess, like the round part of the wreath, just getting it away from the center. And then once I do that, we are all done. I just love this little window. It's so stinking cute, and what a great way to reuse that piece of paneling wood that I had from that first project. And I think this would be perfect in a like tier tray, or in a little small area where you just need something else to add. Well guys, I would love to hear which one is your favorite. Let me know in the comments which one of these 4 DIYs is your favorite. If you are visiting for the first time, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I do have a link here in the end with tons more of inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later. Have a blessed day. Bye.